Hello friends, welcome back to the channel Learn with Art. Now today we will see the implementation of insertion sort in C programming. Okay, so for that purpose I have taken array with these 5 array elements. Okay, so this is our array of size 5. I have directly declared array with array elements to reduce line of code. If you want to accept element from user, then you can use scanf function. After that, I have called insertion sort function. For this, I have passed variable a as an array and size of array n to this function. Okay, so here this will call the insertion sort function. So this function will get called void insertion sort. So the first parameter is array a and second parameter represents the size of an array. Okay, now let's start for implementation of insertion sort actually. Okay, so this is our array and these are 5 array elements. So in case of insertion sort, what will we do? The second element will get compared with first element. Okay, means the right element is always compared with all left elements in case of the insertion sort. If this right element is smaller than the left elements, then we have to make them swap. Okay, so first, in the first pass, this second element will get compared with this first element. So if it is smaller than the first, then we have to make them swap. Okay, again in second pass, the third element will be compared with this second element. If this element is smaller than this, then we have to make them swap. Again, that element is smaller than the first element, then again we have to make them swap. Okay, so this will go on repeating, means this third element again compared with second, first and zeroth element, and this last element is again compared with third, second, first and zeroth element. Okay, so likewise these comparisons are done, and if needed then swapping will be done. Okay, so for that purpose I require some variable, that is I and j for looping purpose, and one temporary variable will require for swapping purpose. Okay, so now we will start with for loop. So for I is equal to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, this loop is for the right element. Okay, means first for I is equal to 1, the first element will be 3, next will be element present at index 2, then in next pass element present at index 3, the next element present at index 4. Okay, so this for loop is taken for the right element. Okay, now first I have copied the right element in the temporary variable if we need to make swap. So first I have copied it in the temporary variable. Okay, now we have to start this comparison of right element with the left element. Okay, so j will be initialized to I minus 1, means suppose the value of I is equal to 1 for first time, then j will be 0. When I is equal to 2, then j will start from I minus 1, means 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So it will start from 1. Again it will be updated here. Okay, so then that will be updated to 0. Okay, so likewise it will go on repeating. That's why j is assigned as I minus 1. Okay, now we have to compare this with element to the left of it. Okay, so and if that is smaller, then we have to swap them. Okay, so the condition will be like if j is greater than or equal to 0, because we don't have any negative index here, so the right element is always compared till the elements with index 0. okay, because we don't have any element below the index 0. Okay, so while j is greater than or equal to 0 and if temp is less than or equal to a of j, the temp is having the value of a of I, means if a of I is smaller than the a of j, then we have to make them swap. Okay, and if not, then there is no necessary to swap. Okay, so if this condition is satisfied, then we have to swap these two values. Okay, so while so while this condition is satisfying, so because these two conditions need to be satisfied to make this swapping, because we have added AND operator. Okay, so in the first situation we have a of I as, this is our a of I and this is our a of j. Okay, so j is greater than or equal to 0, yes, condition satisfying, and temp is less than a of j, so temp value of temp is nothing but a of I, so it's less than a of j, that's why both conditions are satisfying, so it will move inside this loop. So if condition satisfy, if this condition is satisfying, then we have to swap. Okay, so we have copied the value of a of j in the a of j plus 1. Okay, and we have already copied the value of a of I in temporary variable, so we will update it. Okay, so now we have to again compare the value of this 3 with the element at its left. Okay, so first we have to check whether that element is present or not. Okay, so we have decremented the value of j, so j is equal to j minus 1. Okay, so again we have decremented the value of j as j minus 1, but now we don't, so now the value of j will be minus 1, but we don't have any negative index here, so this condition will not be satisfied and it will move outside this loop, and the value of j plus 1 will get updated, so j plus 1 will be updated to temp. Now value of j is minus 1, so minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0, so here the value of j plus 1 means 3 will get updated here. Okay, so this was related to these two values. Likewise, this will going to be repeated for the remaining all values of these array elements. Okay, after this completion of all the passes, it will come to execute next line in main function, and here with the help of for loop we have printed the sorted array, and here the implementation of insertion sort is completed. Hope so you have understood how insertion sort is executed in C programming. If you have any queries, then please do comment and never forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.